Cleveland Bulls taking on the Chicago Blues.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying.
It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Marsh. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, so they've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Marsh. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Walker, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 2nd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field. I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack. We've seen a couple of Super Bowls start 2-0. The first score of this game could have very easily been a safety. That was close there.
It was close, and while it didn't happen in this game, it's funny you bring up the Super Bowls because that would have been, what, Super Bowl 46, Giants-Patriots.
You're testing my memory.
And also
yeah.
Super Bowl 48, which was Broncos-Seattle when the snap went over the head of the QB. And guess what? It was 2-zip Seattle right out of the gate.
And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far. And to give this time to the tailback. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they try the right side here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
2nd and 6. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little. Break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Short completion, just 4 yards, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They're going to look to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game. Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On first down, it's Walker. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And now here's a carry heading left. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there. So I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, That second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. On play action, they'll throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A very costly sack there on third and goal, pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on fourth. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's third and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Touchdown! From 19 yards away. And the Blues are able to stretch out their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what?
Under pressure, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
2nd and 7.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. One, but incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this?
And he can't escape, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Walker. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. Taken in at the 22.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, it's over to our nation's capital to check on the football team at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. And then on Monday night, folks, you are in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. Pressure comes and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And Walker has it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 61 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Coming, and they got him once again. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Two straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal.
That's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. Your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. And he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
2nd down at 4.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. He'll go underneath with it. That's complete to his running back. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And as he throws and the ball is out, it's a live football. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's 21-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Walker. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back to throw now on first down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now a dump off here complete, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something. Pressure he's been under this entire game.
And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. And his kick is indeed good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always had the confidence. If they just got their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. 2nd and 9 now. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Going to throw right side here, complete. Room here to run. And touchdown. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Bulls are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is good. That cuts the lead now to 11, 24-13 our score. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Hands it off out of the gun. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for our visitors, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.